Hello and hi folks, it's Lev. Welcome back to another video. For those of you who are new and use he him pronouns, I'm still on vacation in Tassie. You may be wondering where I am. I'm still on vacation in Tassie. The first vlog I made in Tassie was the Spirit of Tasmania, which is the giant cruise ship. I got really sick after vlogging that. I was already feeling sick when vlogging that because there's so much motion. I was on that ship for like 10 hours. So I guess that's how Navy sailors feel, and I do not want to be in the Navy because being on a ship for who knows how long out in open water, no, not for me. I'm filming this video from Bruny Island, and I'm still in Tasmania. Bruny Island is an island like 20 minutes from Hobart to the south, and you have to take a ferry there. You go to Kettering, which is on the main Tasmanian, main Tasmanian mainland, and you take a ferry 20 minutes south to Bruny Island, and then if you want to go back, it's 20 minutes back. They run ferry services every 20 minutes. You can take a motorbike on, a car, or you can just take yourself over. But if you're going to go to Bruny Island, FYI, best to have some sort of transportation because there's no public transport here. And I have not seen a taxi here at all. So best to bring your own vehicle or have some sort of transportation. I don't know what to title this video today, but I have an idea and I'm going to talk about it, and I'll figure out the title of the video at the end of the video. So yesterday, I woke up at 5:30 a.m. to go for a hike, and I've never thought in my life that I would go on a hike. I never thought I'd wake up at 5:30 a.m. to go on a hike in general, let alone wake up at 5:30 a.m. while on vacation to go on a hike. And it was really close. The hiking park was really close to where I was staying, accommodation-wise. So I decided, why not? It looked really nice. I went to a summit. I will put photos in the video. I hiked to a summit of the park. It's called Knocklofty, and then I hiked to Knocklofty Summit. Very, very, very beautiful and aesthetic. Definitely worth the walk. A lot of uphill, but I like a challenge. If you've been watching me for a while now, and especially if you've watched me since the beginning, you know that I really like growth. I don't like stagnancy. I like growth, continual learning, and continual personal development, bettering myself as a person, working on my weaknesses, just continuing to grow in different ways, shapes, and forms. And one thing that sort of stuck out to me during the hike, and something I just remembered, is sometimes when I'm in dark places, I don't remember what I'm capable of achieving. For example, if I have a really bad time, like last month, I had a really bad period with mental health, really bad period of mental health, and I sort of, in a way, or there was a lot of negative that filled my mind, or if not negative, I just sort of forget what I'm capable of doing and what I've achieved in the past. And hiking up the summit yesterday was really rewarding. Not just view-wise, it's very aesthetic up there, but also what I'm capable of. And it's even more significant for me because I'm rehabbing my leg from an ice skating accident 4 years ago. And I started physiotherapy a couple of months ago and been working on strengthening my left leg. Brief rundown if you're really curious about what happened to my leg. Ice skating accident, I fell. No broken bones, no torn muscle, but as a result of the accident, the thigh muscles on my left leg were significantly weakened, and I didn't know for the past 2 years, and I've been getting on and off knee pain, and the reason for that is because of the weight being overloaded on my knee. My muscles are weak, therefore it goes down the chain to my knee, and then it overloads my knee. That's why I keep getting pain. And past few months been trying to rehab it and just working on strength exercises that target the thigh muscle and the left leg muscles in general, but do not overload the knee. And I'm moving weirdly because I'm like touching my knee while talking about my knee, even though you can't see it. Yeah, so that's why also, yeah, so that's what I've been doing. So I found it stairs difficult even a few months ago. I found stairs a nightmare, let alone hike like 4Ks up to a summit. So it was really significant for me and just reinforced that I'm capable of doing things. And to be honest, it was a bit tiring. It was a lot of uphill. I didn't like uphill because it's extra work on my legs. It's a lot of cardio. Going downhill was tiring in a different way, but going uphill, there were points where I'm like, that's a lot of uphill. But as I've grown, I've noticed my sort of attitude and perspective towards the experience to be different than the past. Even in the past, I hiked uphill, but the way I talked to myself, the way I perceived it was very different. And let me elaborate. In the past, when I've hiked, I also link this to like life in general after I give this example. In the past when I've hiked, I've been hiking like on and off for a few years, like not something I do like frequently or like every week or every month sort of thing, like maybe a couple of times a year, or even, yeah, a couple of times a year just for fun. When there was like a lot of uphill slopes or challenging slopes, in the past, I used to talk to myself like, oh fuck, like this is so hard, like, oh my god, why is there so much uphill? Sort of like a complaining kind of tone, being like, oh my god, there is so much uphill. Oh, this is hell. I hate this so much. Like, this is going to kill me. I'm dying. Oh my god. Like that type of like talk to myself about it and the people who was this. Basically sort of a complaining type of talk. It was very, say, pessimistic, without any sort of positive or sort of neutral aspect to it. I'm not saying we can't acknowledge that something's hard, but basically that frame of mind, that a lot of complaining, oh, this is so hard, like this is how I'm dying, blah, blah, blah. It sort of reinforces the negative cycle, being like, if I believe it's hard and I keep saying it's hard and I don't acknowledge that, hey, I can actually do this, or this is hard, but it's a challenge and it's good for growth or something along those lines. It was just, oh, this is hard. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. There's so much uphill. This is hard. I hate this so much. It just goes like this. Again, I wish I had my whiteboard. But I didn't bring it with me on vacation. It was like that. A lot of, it was like sort of spinning like that. When we do that, it sort of reinforces that cycle and it just reinforces the idea in our subconscious, and then our mind and our body talk. It's like, if mentally I'm like, oh, this is so hard and it's killing me, and then the body starts believing that, my body starts believing that, then I fatigue a lot more compared to, say, yesterday when there was a lot of uphill. I'm like, that's a lot of uphill, but that's okay. Or, that's a lot of uphill, but it's very good training for my legs and it's good cardio training. Like, I saw it in a more positive light instead of, oh shit, there's a lot of uphill, this is hard, and my body starts giving in. Yesterday, the way I talk to myself, I noticed has a different impact on my body. As in, I don't tire out so easy, or I don't focus on that. It's just like, there's a lot of uphill, but it's a good challenge, it'll be fun. I like hyping up the reward at the end will be great. It's a good learning experience, it's a good growth experience from the cardio work, the strength training. It's incredible for my legs. Just like focusing on the positives instead of staying uphill and the difficulty of how tiring it would be as a bad thing. And it changes, if I communicate with my mind better, my mind communicates with my body better, then I don't, like, just, my body doesn't give out like halfway through and be like, because after I reinforce, if I reinforce all the negative for so long, like, my body gives out a lot easier because it believes what my brain is saying, even though realistically the human body can adapt really well and physically can take more than what I tell it mentally and emotionally. So essentially, if I mentally give in faster, I physically give in faster. If mentally I'm like, this is It's a lot of uphill, but that's okay. Then my body's like, yeah, we can do it, let's go, type thing. It just has momentum if it's sort of in a positive direction. And the sun is setting, so I don't know when it's gonna get dark, but it's almost 20 minutes to 8 o'clock. Yeah, and how it links to life. And what I was trying to say initially about reminding ourselves of what we're capable of. If we're stuck in a negative cycle, say, I'm going to give an example of like back then when I had really bad depression and anxiety, I was stuck in a very pessimistic loop. I mean, like, everyone hates me, I hate myself, I'm not worthy, my life sucks, everything is awful, there is no hope, everything is awful, nothing's gonna change, I'm gonna be stuck like this forever. That's a sort of a drastic example with the really bad mental health concerns. But basically, it's the same mechanism. The pessimism, the negative thoughts have control. It takes over and it runs. It drives the wheel. It crashes us into trees, crashes us into another tree, crashes us into a river, and then crashes us into the ocean. It gets retrieved from the ocean, crashes into the ocean again. It basically has so much power that it runs our lives. And then we start believing it. We believe it, and then we believe it, and it's like, example, if I believe that nothing's gonna get better and that I can't do anything, then the action becomes doing nothing, because I'm like, well, there's no point doing anything anyway because nothing will change. And then that cycle gets reinforced. So unhelpful thought, lack of action from the unhelpful thought reinforces lack of action. Because if we believe that doing something will be pointless and that nothing's going to change, then we don't do it in the first place because we believe it's pointless, and it links in a loop and a loop and a loop and a loop. And then also in that sort of, okay, it's getting blurry. In that process of believing that everything is awful and that nothing's going to change, we often forget how capable we are and what we've achieved to date. Like, what we've achieved to date, what we are actually capable of, what we are good at, our positive qualities that other people see in us that they really love and value. That basically gets thrown off a cliff when the sort of unhelpful thinking patterns are in control. It's really getting dark, though. And this links to challenges and why I like challenges. I like challenges because it allows me to grow. It allows me to push my boundaries. It allows me to apply what I know so far into a new situation or a more difficult situation, one that's level up from what I'm used to, if it's sort of the same activity or whatnot. For example, I find hiking on flat trail for like 2 kilometers loop extremely easy because I've done 10-kilometer hikes before. I've done uphill hikes. I've done grade 4 difficult hikes before. And so if I do a level 2 hike, like easy hike with flat ground for 2 kilometers, I find that extremely easy. And then it's fun, but it's not rewarding because I'm not being challenged. I'm not being thrown out of my comfort zone. And then if I get really comfortable with that comfort zone, then I'll never grow and I'll be stagnant. And that's where stagnancy comes in. I'm gonna go get my light. I brought an extra little light. Hopefully that helps. It's illuminating half my face and it's like casting a shadow on my glasses. But without the light, it looks like this. So I'm gonna do this. Yep, I like challenges because, okay, that double shadow on my glasses is really annoying me now. So I'm gonna do like that better. It's still there, but oh well. Yeah, I hear like footsteps or something out there. Like, oh, there's also wallabies that live in this area. So yeah, I like challenges because getting thrown out of my comfort zone allows me to grow and expand my horizons and expand my comfort zone. If I'm not challenged, then I feel comfortable in one spot, and then if something like harder comes my way in life, then I crumble and I'm not prepared for it because I'm just stagnant in one circle for so long. That's why I like continuing to grow, because I like experiencing difficult things that push my boundaries and allow me to grow, allow me to learn, allow me the opportunity to adapt, to get better, to see where my weaknesses are and address those. And it also breaks out, helps me, if I'm in a negative pit, breaks out of the negative pit. The lighting is just so different from when I started filming this video. Breaks out of the negative pit of everything is too hard, I can't adapt, etc. And sort of linking to the start of this video, being challenged helps reiterate what I am capable of and what I have achieved in the past, what I can achieve in the future, that I'm competent with certain things, I have the ability to learn certain skills, I'm actually good at stuff. I actually have traits and qualities that I might not realize I have. And that all comes from being challenged and being pushed out of a comfort zone. Because when in the comfort zone, we might not realize all of the things that we can be, all the things that we are capable of, all of the things that we're already good at and already possess. So yeah. The double shadow of my glasses is still bothering me. I would vlog here as in walk around, but there's really nothing to see besides a road and it's hard to see stuff now. So yeah. I think that's all for this video. I hope that all made sense. I hope that helps someone out there. Thank you for watching, folks, and I will see you in the next video.